Skulls are a mechanic in the Halo series that add a bit of extra challenge to the game. Some make it so you have no HUD, others make it so you get basically no ammo, and some of them, well... It's a fun little mechanic that makes replaying the Halo games really fun, but it's something I've not really seen in any other series. Well, except Project Wingman, but come on, we both knew that's what this video was going to be about. Modifiers are a mechanic in Project Wingman that add a little bit of extra challenge to the game. There's 8 modifiers in total, as well as a few that were left out of the final cut, and today we'll be going all of them and ranking them on how fun they are, as well as a few other modifier-related knickknacks. And in case you still don't know what modifiers are after that incredible intro, they're just little things which will add a bit of challenge to the game. They can make things harder in one way, some of them make things easier in another way, but in the end, they're all optional and all kind of have their own merit to the game. Got all that? Good, let's get started. Names on the tin. Deal 2.5 times damage, but take 5 times damage back. You really feel that bonus damage too. Surprisingly, it's not really missiles you gotta worry about. Sure, they one-tap you, but the real killer is gunfire and railgun trails. What was once chip damage now is actually a pretty big threat. It is pretty fun, and I'd play with it regularly, honestly. 4 out of 5.
Hey, how much money do you have? Like 69 cents. You know what that means?
I don't have enough money for chicken nugget.
Budget cuts is, Budget cuts is similar to Glass Cannon. You do 2.5 times damage, but this time you have a lot less ammunition. Really better not miss those targets. It's honestly more like an Ace Combat game at this point. If you played those, you know you don't get a lot of ammo for your buck. Oh, and in case you weren't stressed enough about failing the mission because you don't have enough ammo, your plane's also less maneuverable. Have fun with that one. I don't like it very much. 2 out of 5. Now this is a fun one. Triple your main gun's ammo, but you only get to use the main gun. It's actually really fun, forcing you to focus on your cannons. It makes you feel like an A-10 when you're fighting ground targets, but when you're against air targets, it's just a bit more stressful. Really makes you use your brain power. 3 out of 5 for me. This one is honestly pretty cool. Enemies only show up on your HUD if you're actively targeting them. It can be a bit of annoying or flat out dangerous, but it's kind of fun. Gives it more of an air of chaos and mystery without being too disruptive to how you actually play. But you can still use your radar to find enemies, so that's good. 4 out of 5.
The radar, sir. It appears to be jammed.
I'm mixed on this one, honestly. It's similar to camouflage, but instead, it's that your radar only shows the direction of your enemies. Unlike camouflage, it's not as fun. I don't know what the difference is, but it's like being given half information is worse than being given no information at all. Like, if you get surprise visited by a friend, it's pretty cool and nice, but if you get told they'll be showing up sometime that day, it's a lot more stressful. 1 out of 5.
Ага, может ты еще, блядь, без рук можешь, нахуй.
Do not be fooled. It can be easy to forget this one is on, but it can be a killer. Enemies are harder to pin down and give you a nice extra difficulty. They're tough, they're aces now. But again, it's easy to forget that it's active in the heat of the moment. As long as you don't forget that, it can be a nice, fun, added challenge. 3 out of 5. Oh god, this is a chaotic one, and I love it. Double the enemies? Sure, why not? My GPU loves that, and it's making a very healthy sound. Of all the modifiers, this might be the most mission-specific. If a mission has a lot of enemies already, then doubling them will do more than in any other kind of mission, because, well, you know, math. 5 out of 5.
Give me everything.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Now, I unironically think this is the most fun of the bunch. It gives enemies extra armaments. The wiki doesn't list what armaments it gives them, but what I've seen, it's railguns, burst missiles, and omnidirectional guns. This makes any enemy a much bigger and more fun threat to fight, but get this. It also affects your allies. Look, so suddenly you're fighting along railgun-equipped allies. It's incredible. 5 out of 5.
Run away!
Speed Demon. Ah, Sonic T Hedgehog. You have to go fast. It's actually kind of annoying, but can be dealt with. Your AoE limiter is now pretty much useless, though it's not entirely useless. And if you're in the Project Wingman, then it's so hard to use, you're going so fast. You're best off doing hit and run style tactics to dive in and then run away quickly. It can be pretty fun, but again, kind of annoying. 2 out of 5.
Just hit the button.
Yeah, I might have said some of these modifiers aren't very fun, but they are all fun in their own ways. I just have my own opinions about them. I'm just surprised there's not achievements for completing certain missions with certain modifiers. I mean, like, imagine it. Cold War with double time on, Stepping Stones with Speed Demon, Eminent Domain with Camouflage and No, actually, no, not that one. That one sucks. But here's a question. What about those cut modifiers? What did they do? What would have been like in game? Luckily, the wiki has them listed out, so I can repeat them here and then maybe give an idea of what they could have been. You can only see enemy target indicator from a certain angle. It was probably cut because it's too similar to camouflage and cordium interference. No HUD. Hey look, it's the blind skull from Halo, haha. This was probably cut because, well... Radar is disabled and the cockpit radar only shows directions of the enemy. You don't get any missile indicators too. Again, just look at the camo and cordium interference. Pilots will celebrate their retirement. Death is not the end of their efforts. Now, this is the first cut one I'm actually kind of interested in, because what does it mean? What could it mean? I'm imagining it could be that on death, enemy pilots explode into like bursts of missiles or railgun shots, but like, I don't know. I'd be really interested to see what the deal with this one is. Enemy health is doubled. Probably cut because it's just kind of boring. Yay, tankier enemies, great. Enemy vessels only come equipped with advanced rapidly, similar to botch requisition I imagine, but only affecting ships. Makes sense as this one was cut, honestly. You got half maneuverability, same goes for the enemy. It's just budget cuts. It's just budget cuts without the missiles and damage stuff. Only boss-like units will spawn. What? Now, I'm not entirely sure how this would work. On one hand, it could be just something like ace training in which pilots are just acting like bosses, I guess? But it would be more interesting if it was like a kind of, you only get to fight the bosses during the boss missions. But that would be kind of weird, because what if you put it on and then go into a mission without a boss? It's hard to figure this one out, but I can see why it was cut. Game over is forgiven. I imagine this is some kind of respawning mechanic. I can see why this was cut though, because if this is a modifier which is unlocked after beating the game, then such a thing wouldn't be as useful if you're trying to get through the game. You know, it's like something for newer players who might not be used to jet games. All of these increase the units of air, ground, and sea varieties. They're literally all just double time, but specific for one of the 3 types. I can see why all of these are cut. Honestly, most of these I understand why they were cut from the game, but I can honestly see why like fireworks or light show might be added, because they seem like interesting if we know what they did at least. And I'd love to see some kind of bonus mode where we can just fight the bosses and only the bosses. Hell, you could add in some secret bosses too, that would be pretty cool. And honestly, all of these modifiers are really interesting and bring their own different playstyles to the game. I'm definitely going to be playing with botched requisition more, probably some with double time and glass cannon too, because they're just fun. It's a shame there's no real achievements added to these guys, but that would be really cool to try and hunt, especially if it was something like, speaking of which, I should probably tell you what that's like, huh? Mercenary difficulty, all modifiers on. Mode all modifiers on into Cold War.
CPU.
My CPU, yeah?
That's not good.
Alright, I'm gonna do a little bit of Cold War with all the modifiers on mercenary mode. How the hell would anyone ever do this? Image. Oh, what the fuck? Moss?
Yes?
So you know the fucking extra dangerous armaments thing?
Yeah?
That includes burst missiles.
Holy shit! Oh. Oh.
Help!
Oh.
Help me!
You weren't playing Budget Kings.
Help me!
You're the distraction.
I'm the distraction, yeah.
Stop shooting.
I got one! I got one! Oh, now that I want to die. Oh my god. My allies have literally been doing more work than me because they just triggered the next part of the mission. I'm trying to die now just to get the footage for it. An ally just killed like 4 planes at once. What the hell?
Gaming.
There's
They
the
don't-
damage modifiers applied to them too.
I have no idea.
But they don't have the budget cuts.
Oh my god, I would not
So
be
they're just doing a
surprised.
lot of damage.
I mean, they got a buff from the fucking lethal armaments thing, so like, I would not be surprised. There we go, I got...
Because I didn't kill
No!
them.
My game lagged as I died, so it might have ruined the footage. Oh, fuck it. Whatever, that'll do. I'm out of this. I'm out of this fucking mission. And that's the video. I'm glad I got that out on a reasonable time frame, right? Yeah, sorry about that. The too long didn't read is just my real life has gotten really kind of chaotic. That combined with, I do these things for fun, so sometimes what I'm interested in just doesn't align with what I'm editing for the video, and I'm just like, oh, this is a chore to do. That hinders the video's progress, so it takes a while to get out. I'm back into Project Wingman now, but I'm also might do some videos on other games because I just bounce around a lot. But I do like playing games, Project Wingman, Ace Combat, so expect more of those. Do also expect in the future probably a Halo video because I just found a big dump of old clips from when I played with friends. If you like the video, you know, do the subscriber thing, like, comment, bell, etc, etc. But also if you like see mistakes, have opinions, or have ideas for modifiers or achievements related to them, I will happily hear them in the comments below. Thank you very much. And again, next video I'll try and get out in a reasonable time, but who knows at this point. Take care.